All right, guys. Good morning. Welcome to the pre-market show this Thursday, February 7th, as we end week number 6, right? I think week number 6 of the year already. So let's get right into it. Let's get our scanners up over here. Here we go. Our gappers today. All right, and then let's get our other one up as well over here so we can check any floats and things like that. All right, guys, as usual, here's our rundown for today. We will go over our top plays and highlights for the watches we had yesterday, sitting right over here. Let's get our pen. So we will go see if we get this open. All right, so we'll go over our watch list right over here, see some top plays and highlights from yesterday, as we saw a lot of gaming stocks in play yesterday. So we'll see how those played out right over here, and then we'll go into our market pulse, see how the market is doing, and then we'll start doing our pre-market watch list building. So all right, so let's start with GM from yesterday. So GM was in our gappers list in the morning, did have some volume, had a decent pre-market action, as you can see here, started to sell off. Let's get the 1 minute chart also going. But again, just at the open, it just seemed very choppy. It looked like the volume didn't really come in as we expected it. So it had this sell up and sell down, this huge candle right from this level here. This could have been a good short if that's your style of trading, right? Waiting for that popping on the way down. But then again, this price action didn't really wasn't really clean. So it was very hard to take a trade here. Looking at it now after the fact, yes, it looks very clean, and you can see that it dropped nicely from VWAP here. But I was watching this price action very closely. It just didn't seem to move, and the volume was very, it was on and off. Like it'll pop up and then pop back down, up and back down. So again, it was just not a good clean pre-market action. Cron sold off nicely. If you have shares for short, this would have been a great trade. A lot of brokers do not have shares for short on Cron. Today already on short selling restriction, as you can see here. And it is on our gappers list right over here as well. So it looks like it will be in play down 2.7 this morning. But check this out here. Beautiful open range breakdown. Pops up right back down. Kind of a mini engulfing pattern somewhat. Once it loses VWAP here, this is where you get in here for the break of the low of the day. And it gives you a little more than that, right? Goes all the way down here. You take some here. Your entry becomes now break even. Doesn't ever test your entry. Goes up to VWAP. Maybe you take off a little more here just to be safe, and then it just continues to drop all the way to these levels. And look at this double bottom action. We called this out in the chat room mid-morning, right? This clear double bottom here, then it takes off right to VWAP, and then here just kind of hangs out for a bit. But this is a really good reversal, which is the time frame you want to look for reversal around 10:30, and we call this out for a possible reversal here towards the long side. ATBI, this is the one that I actually traded yesterday. ATBI was again, it ran so much on that 5-minute mark. I don't like when the stocks run so much. And I also like to wait for the 5-minute mark. At 9:33 gave you a beautiful opportunity. I mean, look at this here. That's the perfect entry. But again, I have my rules of not getting in before the 5-minute mark. In some type of markets, I do bring that from 9:33 to 9:35. This would have been a perfect time to get in for this trade. I thought about it, didn't pull the trigger. Next candle sells off even more. When it comes back, here's when I get in for a short. Got stopped out over here. Got back in for a short once it tested the VWAP and it came back down. Got in here and took profits on the way down here. Then me got completely out because then this completely clearly looks like a reversal, double bottom, looks like it wants to go back the other way. Andrew took this trade. I took it with him as well. He called it here for a possible long to VWAP. And this is a big move, guys. Might not seem like a lot, but this is almost 40 cents from here to here. So that, again, that's a great move. We took it from here, took some out here, stopped out the rest over here. So amazing trade on ATBI. But it's tough when the stock sells off this fast because the pullback is coming. You just don't know how big the pullback is going to be, right? And this pullback was nice here, but then it didn't really sell off past the break of the low of the day. TTWO, another one that was also great opening range breakdown. You have these indecision candles over here, up and down, but then once it starts losing VWAP, you get in here for the crack of the low of the day, and it just nicely sells off. Look at this 5-minute chart over here. Just a clear entry right over here towards the low to crack the low of the day, and then it does this nice drop over here. Then you have a perfect double bottom. Again, another clean double bottom here. You have the first one, second one tests it here, holds it, cannot break this 92.55. We're sitting at right now. So it must be some kind of level it's holding. And then it takes off. Look at this takeoff right to VWAP, and it continues to go even higher. So that was a nice trade as well. EA also was a beautiful trade, not at the open, mid-morning, 10:30 or so. I believe a lot of the people in the chat room took this trade. The open was very choppy. You know, you want to be very careful with this type of trading here. Look at this first candle. It pops all the way up here, then comes right back down. The minute I see that, I usually try to stay away from that type of action because you just don't know what's going to happen next, right? 5-minute chart looks extremely choppy. You don't want to be involved in this. It finally settles out. Norm called this out for long, right over here. He called it out saying, hey, this looks like it wants to break out. I'm not sure if he took the trade, but he called it out perfect. And it did. It broke up nicely all the way towards the high of the day. And then he had this big drop here. So, but of course, after this move here, you're taking profits on the way up, and then you're stopping out before this happened here. Or next we have is Snap. Snap, again, another trade that started very, very choppy. And we know Snap for this, kind of like Twitter. Twitter also starts the same way. It tends to be very choppy at the open. Snap did just that. Again, had a lot of talk, a lot of volume the day before. It sells off, sells up, and you kind of have these engulfing pattern, another engulfing pattern, and then just come pure chop here. But as you can see, it's kind of, you know, getting smaller and smaller holdings averages here. Once it starts getting this action above VWAP, a lot of people call this out for a long as well in the chat room. It cracks this high that couldn't break, right? It was consolidating here, and then it takes off towards the high of the day. It became a beautiful trade, and then it sells off throughout the morning. This one, MGNX, again, this stock was just a monster in the pre-market, up 150 something %. I mean, it was just incredible. Andrew traded this really nice towards the short. I believe, I don't recall the exact entry, but I believe it was somewhere in here. He caught this short, drove it all the way down to 27, even took some here, and then all the way down almost to this level here. So again, just traded it nicely. Again, just one of the stocks that moves a lot. This is from 30 bucks, you're going down to 27. That's a $3 move. So again, this can also go the other way against you. So this is where managing your size and your risk is so important, right? And being patient, waiting for a setup and not rushing it. Because if you got into any of this, if you're a short bias and you got in here, I mean, this could have really hurt. The other way around, if you were waiting for a pullback and you're getting here for long, this could really hurt if you have too big of a size to be able to manage your risk correctly. So again, be very careful with when we see these type of trades that can move $3 or $2 in a matter of seconds. All right, guys, so that was our list from yesterday. Let's go over what the SPY is doing today, and then we'll get into this huge gappers list we have today. And I like some of the, looking at it quickly, I like some of the numbers I'm seeing here, because off the bat, when you see stuff, you know, gapping down 10, 17, 71, obviously because of lower price, and you see stuff gapping up 10, 11, 19, and 30, these are not moving, you know, with the market. These are moving on their own, so that's good. They must have some kind of catalyst, because if you look at the market, it's pretty flat again. Again, the market has been pretty flat, losing it a bit here. We're down about 1%, but again, just not really doing much, right? Make sure you check out Brian's midweek recap. He did a midweek recap yesterday, and again, he talks about the market is some indecision candles here, some of the levels. So we're losing it a bit here. Let's see what he wants to do this morning. All right, guys, so let's get into this. Oh, look, we have a ticker. BBT. All right. Let's check this out. Let's go through it. So first on our gappers list, gapping up 30%. It's quite a bit. 30%, 215,000 shares. Pre-market action looks good. Let's see what the daily chart looks like. Yeah, daily chart looks good as well. So I do like this one here. What is the float on this? Float is really, really low flow. So we got to be very careful with this one. Float is 6.5. So let's make some room down here for our riskier stocks. So we're going to put higher right over here. Next, we have LCI. LCI is up 18.5, 104,000 shares traded so far. See what the pre-market action looks like here. Very choppy pre-market action. Does not look great. Daily chart looks decent. I like the daily chart. You know, has broke through this level here. It's pretty strong right now. And but again, the volume needs to get better. We need better volume, and the float on this is actually flow is good. 34 million shares. So this is good. So let's keep it on here. Hopefully we can get some volume out of that. I like when the stocks are gapping up that much like that and leaving some of those levels. STI is 510,000 shares traded so far, up almost 11%. Pre-market action looks good. I like this pre-market action at the moment. Let's see the daily chart. Daily chart looks also good. I like this daily chart. Yeah, we can definitely put this in our watch today. This looks good. What do we have next here? We have BBT. BBT is up 5.3, 353,000 shares. That's quite a bit. Pre-market action does not look great, unfortunately. But hopefully the volume can start building. See here, volume starting to come in. So hopefully can build some kind of nice flow from here to here. Not a good pre-market action, not what you want to see. But let's see if we can get some attention in here from for BBT. See what the daily chart looks like. Daily chart, again, kind of been trading with the SPY basically. It's exactly what the SPY looks like. But here is definitely, you know, kind of breaking above these levels here. So that's good. All right, so BBT looks good. MGNX up again. All right. So obviously sold off most of it yesterday, but it's up 4.3, 120,000 shares traded so far. Not sure if it's going to get the type of volume that it did yesterday. But let's keep it on here because it could be in play. We do have shares for sure, which is great. So we could play this both ways. Tons of levels here. Let's remove these and find some new ones because now we have the previous day close down here, previous day low from yesterday, previous day high. We'll get some levels in between here to make it more relevant. We're gonna put it down here because this is a riskier stock. You need to be very, very careful with how you trade and the amount of shares you take on this stock. All right, let's see what Kron is doing. I see a lot of the POS stocks are on here today. Let's see what Kron is up to, down 2.5. Wow, they've been really taking a hit. I didn't think they were going to keep selling off like this. I thought they were going to level off here a bit and start heading back up because it's just been so strong, right? I thought it was just some profit taken here. But again, down 3% today with volume, 261,000 shares. The stuff about Kron is a lot of these POS stocks is that they don't have a lot of shares for short. Kron right now is sitting on short selling restrictions, so you have to sit on the ass to get filled. Pre-market action looks all right, so let's keep it on here. NVEV is a stock that doesn't trade really well, but I don't want to have a bias today. Let's just look to see how this thing looks today. So 187,000 shares traded so far, but even though with this type of volume, 191 just now, look at it all sitting right here. 102 just sitting right on this candle. So not the best volume. Yes, it has almost 200,000 shares, but that's not the type of volume you want to see. Daily chart actually looks all right. We have plenty of levels on here. I'm going to remove these so it doesn't look as congested. We'll find some new ones. But the pre-market action is so-so. Well, we'll see on this. And also, we don't have shares for short on this one. We have a lot of stocks today, so I'd rather watch something we can play both ways. This way we don't have a bias going in there, right? CGC. But if you do have shares for short for NVEV, it could be a good one to watch today. CGC, no shares for short on my side, but it is down 3.5 today. Not as much volume as Kron, only 106,000 shares traded. Pre-market action doesn't look too exciting right now. Next, we have APHA, another POS stock, I believe, right? Or no, or am I confusing this one? No, I'm confusing this one with something else maybe. All right, so APHA is, what are we doing here? 169,000 shares. It is on short selling restriction right now. Horrible pre-market action. Again, this is not a good pre-market action. Make sure you check out Class 2 on YouTube. Andrew goes over all of this, the type of pre-market action. This is not a great one. So I'm just going to get rid of it. Yeah, I'm just going to get rid of this one. And this stock doesn't move much neither. Doesn't move a lot. It is a POS stock, right? Yeah, I think that's one of probably the worst ones out of all of them. CGC trades well. Kron trades very well. I'd rather watch those if I'm going to watch one of these. NXPI has 106,000 shares traded. Very choppy pre-market action. You know, look at this range here. And that's a buck range, 288 to 87. So this thing moves. But something like that can move so fast. You want to see more volume in a really clean pre-market action. You don't want to get stuck in a situation where, you know, this thing can drop on you a buck. That's not a good place to be in. Down 5.3. I do like the daily chart. You know, went all the way up here. Now it's completely dropped back down. So that looks good. But again, just not sure on the volume. I might drop that one off. Marble, MRVL, down 5.5. 215,000 shares traded so far. Not a good pre-market action. There's just no volume here, right? Just no volume here. So this is not looking great right now. But I like the fact that it's down 5.5. How does the daily chart look? Daily chart looks good. I like this. It's all the way up here. Then it starts to have this big drop down here. You have this level that it was holding. It went right through it. Actually, it's pretty close to the high of pre-market. Then you have a level right over here that's kind of holding. So it's kind of within this range now. Let's see what it decides to do today. hopefully we can get more volume and a cleaner pre-market action so we can have that on our watch. Twitter is down 7.2. That's nice. Beautiful pre-market action, has this huge drop here, but they didn't lose the volume, right? Sometimes you get this drop and all the volume just stays and then the rest just dies out, right? But here you kept the volume, so this is good. So I like Twitter. Hopefully Twitter can trade nicely. It tends to trade very choppy. This is why we have to be careful. But look at the volume, 6.1 million shares traded so far. Yeah, this bad boy is in play today. We're definitely going to watch that one. TPR, don't recall TPR ever trading this one. TPR is 446,000 shares traded so far, down 11%. Daily chart, again, kind of mirroring the SPY a little bit. Double bottom here, it comes up, and now huge drop, so that's good. What is the spread? Not the spread, the float on TPR. Actually, I can see the float right over here. All right, so it's a larger float, 289 million share float. I like TPR. TPR looks good. Daily chart looks good. Volume looks good. Pre-market action does not look great at the moment. So let's wait for it. See how we get there. HAIN. HAIN is down 16.5. That's quite a bit. What does the daily chart look like? All right, so down 17%, almost 293,000 shares traded so far. So this is good. Pre-market action is so-so. Yeah, it's not great right now. I like to see that again. Kind of see that flow, right? Twitter looks good. I like that one. What else? CGC not great. NVV looks good, but I don't know, the volume is all sitting in this one candle, so that's not good. Cron hopefully can get better. BBT not too great. This is good here. This is a good pre-market action. Kind of have a flow to it. This is nice. 626. So volume is climbing, steadily staying higher and higher down here. So that's what we want to see, right? So hopefully we can continue that way. All right, cool. So let's and then we have one more here on our gappers list. SLDB. SLDB is 2.2 million shares traded so far, but the pre-market action looks a little funky. I guess when you zoom out, it's down so much, down 72%. What is the news on this? Let's go over to Benzinga, find out what is going on with this ticker here. SLDB. What is happening? Okay, so some FDA news on here. I'm not sure what that means, but it's definitely some bad news. So it's got some kind of catalyst here. Protein detected at the starting dose. All right, so they detected something that must not be good. Probably hurting some people here, these guys. So let's yeah, this will be in place. So that's a big drop. 72% investors are jumping out of this stock. We do have shares for short. Yeah, this will be in play actually. This is very, very good here. Let's definitely watch this this one. SLDB. All right. What else we have on this list? I think that covers all of it. All right, so let's go over NASDAQ active, NASDAQ gainers. Let's see if we could find something here that we haven't covered already, and then I'll look to see what you guys have on your end. Higher we have BIOC. BIOC, this is yesterday's action or today's action? It's today's action. 165,000 shares traded, but how come I don't have no information here? Oh, there it goes, populated now. All right, so this could be in play. This looks very good. Volume is starting to come in, up 30%. If it gets the volume it runs, we obviously have traded in the past because we have some very nice levels over here. Yeah, this looks good. What's the float on this? BIOC. It is a 4 million shares float, so it's very risky. We'll put it down here, BIOC. Looks better than NGNX today, that's for sure. So that, yeah, definitely in play today. Has a beautiful pre-market action. If you trade in the pre-market, you know, this is a good pre-market action. I don't trade the pre-market, but this looks very, very nice. All right, Atos. Atos is oh, this also looks good. Looks like it's in play today. 373,000 shares, up 27%. We traded in the past before. As you can see here, when it gets the volume, look, when it gets the volume down here, it does run, right? So it's not like a GE where it gets tons of volume and just stays flat. So this is good. What's the float on this one? Looks like the low flows today are moving. So we'll put it on here also. All right, what else we have? IRBT. IRBT is not looking great. Here we have already TNN, TPNL, nothing happening. MTH, nothing. CE, LH, nothing there. Last one, SRPT, nothing going on. All right, Nasdaq active, we have this one already. SLDB, monster drop there. IDTI, USAT has the volume 1.1 million shares. Has a good pre-market action. This is a really good pre-market action. Has the float, has the volume, has a nice float to it here. What is the float on this? It's a higher float, so that's good. It's a higher float. We do have shares for short. It's a Nasdaq stock, which I like. All right, cool. We have quite a bit today. ETFs, we're gonna skip those. We already know about this one. It doesn't trade well. AMD, our buddy, does not look like it's in play today, so we'll skip it. ATOS, we have SNGA. Has a decent pre-market action. You know what? But we have so many that are trading so well today. What is the float on this one? Very large float. So it must not move much, right? Yeah, it doesn't move much then. There it is. Doesn't really move much on this one here. Very low ATR, 13 cents. So we're going to stick with the ones we have over here. We have plenty that are moving a lot better. And last one, TVIX. What's TVIX doing today? ETF, by the way. So it's up 6.2. All right, guys, we have a lot to go through. Anything on your side that we have not covered yet, and check if it does have volume. Let's make sure that we're checking something with some good type of volume. FEYE. We are going to have fun today. There's a lot of stocks in play. Down 12.8. Good pre-market action. 240,000 shares traded so far. I do like the daily chart. What's the news on this? Let's see on here what is happening. FEYE. All right, so it just got downgraded. Okay, all right, so yeah, this looks good. This looks good. Yeah, we'll throw it on here. We're gonna have a little work to do today. We're not gonna be able to watch all of these, but we have a lot that are really nice. I mean, look at these chains. Look at that. That's good. That's what you want to see. You want to see things trading on their own. Look at this over here. I mean, these are lower flows, but that's all right. And then look over here as well, right? Usually when we do these stocks and we don't have plenty to watch, everything is gapping only 2 and 1%, so it's not really a lot. But today we have stuff that it's really working on its own. All right, let's go through it, guys. So I'll check 2 more. Snap, because we just have way too many. We can add more to this list. Yeah, Snap is not in play today. Has the volume, and how I traded yesterday is so choppy. With everything else we got going on here, I don't want to even look at Snap today. All right, let's go through it then. So we have LCI. LCI is doesn't have the volume. It is gapping up 12.21, but again, it just doesn't have a nice volume like everything else we have here. So I'm going to get rid of this one. STI looks good. I like the pre-market action. It has a nice flow to it. Does have the volume. We do have shares for short. It looks very strong at the moment. So let's find some levels here for STI. So clear level over here. I like this consolidation. So I'm going to mark this. See, all these days is banging their head between that 63.55. Then towards the top, we have another level right up here on this date, 67.06. What's the high of pre-market? High of pre-market, 65.48. So let's mark that down. All right, let's see if, again, it's coming up on the 200 moving average right over here, right? So it's right on it, really right on it at 65.48. Let's see if it can crack above that. Then 67 is really the best, cleanest level after that, because you see it comes down here, it comes back up, and it comes right back down. There's no other really clean level in between here. I don't know if we want to get fancy, we could mark this one over here. This 66.37, you have a day that's bouncing back from there 2 days. So just to have something midway so you can take some profits, right? That's a big move, right? You crack the 65.48 and you get to 66, you're taking profits. 67.37 as well. And if we get to 67, even better. Towards the downside, we have 63.55. Then we have the gap that we can close right over here. The most recent is 62.42. Doesn't look like it wants to go down there today. And then below that, you can mark this date right over here at 60.68. All right, so plenty of levels here. Let's see if it can get past this 65.48. It's testing it one more time right now. Has good volume, has a good pre-market action. Volume continues to come in. This is looking very strong today. All right, BBT, they're not doing as good. They are, again, has the volume, but the pre-market action doesn't look great. I like the fact that it's up, 5%, but again, we got better stuff to watch. So I'm going to get rid of this one. We just can't watch everything today. Quran, I'm actually going to get rid of the PA stock today. Reason being for this is on short selling restriction, doesn't have a good pre-market action, so I'm going to get rid of this one. NVEV, not a great pre-market action, no volume. Let's get rid of it. CGC, same as well, not a good pre-market action. We'll dump this one. NXPI, pre-market action does not look great. Volume is not there. Let's get rid of it. Marble, I like Marble that's down 5.5%, but again, the volume is there, but the pre-market action just looks horrible. So I'm on the fence on this one. Let's find some levels, see if we can get some volume and a good pre-market action going. It is early still, before 9 a.m. Eastern time. Low of pre-market 1773. Another level down here at a 1697, and below that a very nice clean level down over here at 1631. Not sure if we can get there. But towards the upside, a very clean level, 1825. Look how this level just continues to hold, support for these days here. It has broken that support. Above that, another clean level right here, high of 2 days ago. Then you have high and low of 2 days ago, and then the pre-market closed at 19. I'm sorry, previous day closed at 19. So let's hope that it gets more volume right now. It's just not looking too good, but we'll keep it on here. Twitter is definitely looking great today. Has the volume, 6.6 million shares today. So hopefully it does not trade choppy at the open, but again, it has all the signals of a stock that's going to be in play today. Low of pre-market 31.08. Below that, you can mark this date over here, going back to January 7th, 29.83, and then below that, clean level down here at 27.98. Towards the top, you can mark these 2 days over here, 33. Above that, you have the previous day close, lows, and highs right over here. So tons of levels between in here already. All right, so Twitter again dropping nicely today, 7%. Looks like it wants to go and test that 31.10 one more time, which is the low of the pre-market at the moment. Let's see what it does. Twitter looks good. TPR has the volume, pre-market action. I'm just not sure on the pre-market action. Doesn't look great right now. Let's do the levels, and then we can make a decision later. All right, so low of pre-market at the moment, 30.18. Below that, clean level down here. You can also mark this date over here. This date seems to have some support here. It closed here, opened here. What else we have? We have this day bouncing from it, this day bouncing from it. So that 33.41 looks like it has some kind of a significant, can be significant support. Also here, there's a support right over here. I'm going to mark it just because it is a clear, the price is hanging on it right now. But that's a clear support, right? It comes up, comes right back down to it, jumps right back up, 34.90. Above that, you have another level over here, 35.17. And then the high of the pre-market right now, 36.55. So let's see what it decides to do today. All right, so let's see how those levels are looking in here. Yep, they look good. Again, this stock could if it pick up the volume, it could actually have a good open. HIN got halted this morning actually, so it's just resumed trading again. Volume 323, down 15.1. Checking the news on HAIN. Shares to be resumed, right? So it got halted, we know that, and so they had earnings. So they have some news guidance, right? So whatever it is, they didn't like that. All right, so down 15.1. I do like that. I do like the daily chart, but it's just the pre-market action is not looking great. We'll do the levels, but I'm not sure if we're going to keep this one. Actually, you know what? No, I'm not going to keep this one. It's just it doesn't look. No, it doesn't look great. Let's get rid of it. Let's watch something else. SLDT. This is good. This will definitely be in play today. 2.6 million shares. Horrible news. They found some kind of protein in one of their whatever they make. So low of the pre-market, should be 581. Where did I put that one? Yeah, lower pre-market 581. Oh yeah, 581. Okay, and then high of pre-market 1787. I mean, that's a huge drop. When was the last? This is all-time low. When's the last time we've been down here? Let's go back. Right, so we have some days where we hung out here for a bit. Let's mark some levels. Right in here. Not the cleanest levels, right? But we need something. So 1126. Also, let's mark 709 because you have these days kind of bouncing from. These are not clean levels. These days are just kind of, again, it's just not really clean. But we need something for to go off that can possibly be a support resistance. Let's go even further just in case. All right, so this is all-time low, I think. Yep, we're hitting all-time low, so that's great. If it drops that 585, this can really tank big time. We do have shares for short. I'm not sure how long that's going to last. If you click on here in your Dash Trader Pro, you can see how many shares you have for flow. We have tons now, but we'll have to see how that goes at the open. Can you imagine holding this stuff, having shares here and waking up this morning and you're down 72%? Wow. That's not great. USAT. Oh, let's go back to it. USAT. All right, this one down 44%, 1.3 million shares traded. Pre-market action looks good with volume, so I do like this one. Let's mark down low of the pre-market 313. Also, you can see low of the pre-market was tested back here before. It bounced from there, which is doing that now. High of the pre-market also at 534. We also have this consolidation level here, which I like to do as levels. This was that 374. Then above that, I like this level over here. You got this day over here as a resistance, then as a support 429, and then above this we can mark down this moving average, right? Moving average 475, also supported by this day here, this one, and these days. Look at these days over here, just kind of all consolidating around this level here. So I like 475. All right, good. This is definitely a one to watch today. Tons of volume. FEYE. What's the float, by the way, on USAT? 51. All right, that's good. FEYE. FEYE does have the volume. Good pre-market action. It's down quite a bit. Yeah, let's mark this one. Low of the pre-market 16. I like 16. 16 is a good level. You can see here just a lot of support and resistance happening on these days over here. Clear support there. It takes off. So if it cracks that, we can have the hopes to get down to a 1539, which is down over here. You can also mark this date, right? That's a big drop from 16 to 1539 on a stock that's 16 bucks. That could be a big drop. So let's mark down 1570. Towards the top side, you have the higher pre-market at 1675. Then you can mark this day over here just to have a midpoint 1650. 1650 supported by this day here, this one here, and this one here, and somewhat this one, right? It's kind of closing around it. All right, so let's see what it decides to do. Again, down 12.1, holding that 1603 seems to be a good support. We do have shares for short, so that one looks good. MGNX is not looking great today compared to everything else, so we'll get rid of that one. Oh, higher is losing it. So this one is losing it. That's no good for us. BIOC is also losing it. What's Atos doing? Atos is losing it as well. All right, we'll find some levels, and hopefully one of these can hold it and become a good fallen angel play here. So high as the pre-market on higher is 569. Low of the pre-market 440. We have some levels right over here at a 467. We have another spike over here at 498. When this thing gets the volume, it does run. It does have the volume today, so let's hope that it gives us an opportunity to take a play on it. Trying to find another level on here, but there's no clean levels here really. It's just some consolidation happening at 511. So again, just no clean levels. Is really 549, $5, and also then just right to 569. So let's not make up levels. There's none there at the moment. Let's see what it does. BIOC had tons of volume, but is losing a lot of it now. We do have some levels in the past. Let's see if those levels are still good. It looks like they are. 244 of this day, 277 from this day, 302 this day over here, and 355. If it gets the volume, you can see it does run, so that's good. Towards the bottom, you have 222, where it's at sitting right now, basically. And then we have previous day lows and highs down here. So let's see if it can hold it. Looking pretty weak right now with tons of volume dropping pretty hard. So let's see what it does here. ATOS is looking great. Great volume. We have some levels already. Let's see if these levels are still in play. They look like they are. We have 184. We have 196. And then towards the top, we have 208. Where did we get that level from? 208. Yep, right over here, 208. You have some days consolidating and all the way up to 229. So good clean levels already on ATOS. Looks like it wants to crack that 196 right now. High of the day at 2. Let's see what it does there. So out of all of these, really ATOS looks like the best one. Really strong right now. All right, excellent. All right, 905, guys. Let's make this list a little smaller. Anything you have on your end that I might have missed that has some volume? No, I think some of the stuff you guys are mentioning I already have on my end. GRPO, GPRO, GoPro has the volume, but not a good pre-market action. They're gapping up 3.7. That's nice. Yeah, but doesn't have a good pre-market action right now. GRUB. Oh, this is interesting. What broke out today? What's something just came out on this? Let's check it out. GURB. All right, so they just had some news guidance. So we had a big drop here. Okay. Just came out this morning, it looks like. All right, cool. So, yeah, it's going to get the volume. This is going to be in place. Already down 11%. So, this just broke out. It will. Yeah, let's watch this. This looks good. All right, so GRUB also looks like it's going to be in play. Let's find some levels here. Low of the pre-market right now at a 70.54. You have a level that's kind of on it right now. That's 70. Can't see it with the price on the way. 74.25. Price is right on there, but you can see these levels on here. Next up here, you have 76.31. And then above that, you have this one over here, 78.04, hanging out around this moving averages. Then above, you have all these levels here, low and highs of these days. So kind of bouncing back from that 70.54 right now. If it loses that, you have a level here at a 68.03, and then all the way down here at a 67.77. Yeah, so let's see. Definitely in play. News broke out just now. New guidance, and then you can see that had this big drop, bouncing a bit now, and then the volume is gonna just keep pouring in at the moment. So we'll put it on here. Let's see how it plays out. All right. Hey, good morning, Brian. Let's see how it plays out today. All right, so I'm gonna make this list a little smaller. Let's see what we got here. Give me 1 second, guys. All right, so STI looks good, looking very strong. Like the volume, so we'll keep that one. Marble, let me see if the pre-market action got better here. No, still not looking good. So I'm gonna get rid of this one. Hey guys, good morning, Brian. Brian is gonna join us as well here.
Hey everybody, how's the morning going so far?
Good.
Down again. Got a big Cappers watch list here.
Yeah, it's pretty big. We definitely got some movers, some news and things that are not market related, so that's great. So we definitely got to be picking what we watch today.
Yeah, got a lot going on. ATOS. Have you gone through the small caps, the watch list?
Yeah, I went through some of them. I got higher HYRE. So that one's looking good. It's losing it now though. BIOC also started losing it as well, but that one has some good volume too. But ATOS seemed to be ATOS. Wow, ATOS is really the best one. This thing is cranking. Yeah, beautiful pre-market action at the moment. So I might watch that one instead of the other two today.
Yeah.
Check out
Gap.
GRUB. That one's really losing after some news right now.
Chipotle was at CMG. It was gapping up. Yeah. Funny it's not on the gappers watch list.
Which one is that one?
Chipotle.
What's the ticker?
CMG. CMG. I'm probably not gonna play it because it's just the spread's probably pretty wide because it's such a high dollar stock.
Yeah, 85 cents right now. Which is not so bad for something that's $500, right? I mean,
Yeah. Well, yeah, exactly. It's all just a matter of how much the prices of the shares are. All right, let's go through things here and just try to figure out where the action's gonna be.
all right. So let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I got a little too many. All right, STI. I like STI. Twitter. Look at Twitter too. Twitter's got some action going on. 7 million shares traded so far right now. Hopefully it's an open choppy like it tends to do. And then
Yeah. The only concern I have it is a bit choppy sometimes.
yeah. And then check out this SLDB as well. SLDB is at the all-time low, down 73%. Something they on the FDA found something in their in whatever they make. Not sure how long. I have shares for short now. Not sure how long that's gonna last though. All right, it's a lower flow too though. It's only 11 million shares. So let me put it down here. That could be a
lot of price action, eh?
yeah.
Guess I could head lower.
Yeah, it is a lower flow, but it doesn't seem like it moves like a MGX like it did yesterday. That was crazy.
Yeah, there's a lot to choose from. There's another one.
Yeah, it took. Did it get better? I took Haynes off. What was the ticker? HAIN.
HAIN, yeah, seems to be sort of creeping back up. Maybe I'll take that one off. Yeah, it's just going to be a matter of
Watching the right stocks today.
the ones that are going to be the movers.
All right, so I think I have somewhat of what my watch list is going to be at the moment. So for me, I'll be watching STI, Twitter. TPR actually doesn't look that great. I might drop this one off. Did you check USAT? Down 45%, 1.4 million shares traded so far. So that one looks interesting. lower price, but it's not a low flow actually, so that could be good. All right, guys, so we're coming up on 9:15. If you're just joining us, good morning. We have plenty of stocks in our gappers list today, so we're kind of trying to pick the best ones with the best pre-market action. Again, you cannot watch everything, so be picky today with the stuff that you put on your watch list.
Marvell is another one. Flat price action. Twitter, yeah, Twitter does look interesting.
Yeah, right. It's got a good pre-market action right now.
Some levels to trade against too here.
Yeah. It's starting to lose. Making a new pre-market low on Twitter right now. It just seems like it wants to lose that 3108.
Yeah, that's what I was looking at. It's looking weak.
Mm-hmm. What's the news on Twitter? Let's see what
It's
earnings.
earnings.
Okay.
Yep.
Yep. Go ahead. All right. So Twitter. All right. So earnings. Yeah, Twitter is going to be definitely good today. All right, Twitter is good. TPR, I'm on the fence on TPR. I have it on here. Just the price action is not clean. So I'm on the fence on that one. I might drop that one off. FEYE is actually not looking too great neither. I like that it's bouncing from that 1603 after being down 11%. Doesn't move much, so you can manage your risk here. It's got to get more volume. So, but I do like everything else besides the volume at the moment on FEYE. GRUB is holding a bit here, kind of bouncing back. Had a big drop now on the news guidance that just came out. Let's see what it does here. This looks good. It has tons of volume. Let's see what Atos is doing. So Atos had a big drop right to VWAP, still holding. Let's see if we can get back above $2 and then over to that 208. And SLDB is again, it's holding that 585. I like the fact that it's down so much, but again, we can be short bias here. This thing can bounce back. Someone could look at this and say, hey, $6, that's great for 5 years down the line. Let me load up the boat. So be careful. Don't be short bias on this. Wait for a good pre-market action. Good open action, that is. Market open action. Brian, what do you think about TPR? Again, this has a bad pre-market action, but I don't know. I think it's got some levels. I'm on the fence on it.
Yeah, it's a little flat now, but I mean, there's definitely some levels there that you can trade against. Sort of, let's see here. is, yeah, I don't know. Volume's okay.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
index's down, but there doesn't seem to be making any kind of extraordinary moves. Um, like Twitter, if you look at compared to Twitter, it just
Yeah, Twitter is definitely
every yeah, it's trending a little bit. That doesn't mean to say that when the market opens, you know, some one or more of these stocks that are trading sideways right now doesn't start trending in that direction.
mm-hmm. Yep, yep.
So yeah, what else?
Yeah, I'm actually probably gonna take it off. Wishful thinking, right? TPR, we'll throw it down here.
Well,
Uh,
it depends on how full your watch list is now. What do we got here? It's a red.
All right, guys, 10 minutes to the open on YouTube. Thank you for joining us. If you have any questions, definitely comment below. One of the moderators and myself will get back to you. We definitely monitor any comments that are put on there. Take care. Have a good trading day. Don't force anything. And come back and check us out later in an hour or two, or see how we made out with our watch list today, right? On the YouTube recap. So take care. Make sure you comment and like, and I will see you guys tomorrow morning for the pre-market show.